Hello, and a quiet welcome. We find ourselves in the highlands of Ethiopia, where the air is often cool and clear. Here, the ancient city of Gondar rests among rolling hills. It is a place of deep history and gentle stillness. Our journey today is a quiet one, a slow walk through a remarkable place. We will let the stones speak for themselves, in their own silent way. Let us begin by simply watching. From a distance, the great castle complex appears almost to grow from the earth itself, a crown of stone against the soft blue sky. It is a sight that asks for patience and rewards it with a profound sense of peace. Let us step softly and with respect into this world of quiet splendor. The story of Fasil Ghebbi begins long ago, in the 17th century. It begins with a great emperor named Fasilides. Before his time, Ethiopian rulers moved their courts frequently, never settling in one place. But Emperor Fasilides had a different idea. He wished to create a permanent capital, a grand center for his empire. Around the year 1636, he chose this very spot in Gondar. He wanted to build a home that was also a fortress, a symbol of stability and power. This marked the beginning of the Gondarian period, a time of artistic and architectural flourishing. The emperor brought together builders and artisans from near and far. Their work shows a wonderful blending of different styles. They came together to create something new, uniquely Gondarian, strong and elegant. For nearly 2 centuries, it was the very heart of the Ethiopian Empire. From the outside, the first thing one notices about Fasil Ghebbi is its formidable wall. This great curtain wall runs for about 900 meters, enclosing the entire compound. The walls are tall and thick, built from dark brown basalt. They rise and fall with the contours of the land, giving them an organic, powerful presence. Spaced along this impressive wall are 12 watchtowers. Each tower is a gateway, each has its own name, each has its own purpose. Passing through one gate, like the main arch, feels like stepping from one world into another, from the present into the deep past. Inside the main gate, a large open courtyard, a hub of activity once. Now, profound quiet. The layout is not a rigid grid. It feels like a small village that grew naturally. At the very heart of the enclosure stands the most imposing and oldest of the structures, the castle of Emperor Fasilides himself. This is the centerpiece, the building from which the entire complex grew. It is a magnificent 3-story building with a commanding presence. Its square shape is anchored by 4 round towers at each corner, each one topped with a smaller, dome-shaped roof. These domes give the castle its distinctive silhouette, a look that has become a symbol of Gondar and of Ethiopia itself. The castle combines the feeling of a medieval fortress with the elegance of a royal residence. A balcony juts out from one side. It is a place that feels both grounded and connected to the heavens. Life within the walls of Fasil Ghebbi was a complex and vibrant tapestry. And the enclosure was not just a home for the emperor, it was a self-contained city. It housed the royal family, nobles, officials, soldiers. Each day would have begun with the sounds of a waking community. The smell of wood smoke from cooking fires, the call to prayer from nearby churches, and the organized bustle of the royal guard starting their duties. There was the library, built by Emperor Johannes I. There was the chancellery, where royal decrees were written and sealed. There were banquet halls. Music was a constant feature of court life. Today, as we walk through these same spaces, the human presence is of a different kind, yet the echoes of the past are strong. The builders of Fasil Ghebbi understood that even a mighty fortress needs the softening touch of nature. Between the grand stone palaces, they left spaces for gardens and trees. These green areas provide a beautiful, necessary contrast to the dark, imposing architecture. Walking from a cool, dim hall out into a sunlit garden is a wonderful experience. Old, gnarled trees provide shade. Branches reach out like wise old arms. Flowering bushes add splashes of pink, white, red beneath the trees. Birds are drawn to these pockets of green. Gentle songs all around. A short distance from the enclosure, Fasilides' bath, a large rectangular pool framed by a 2-story viewing gallery and ceremonial house. Their thick aerial roots drape over the walls like a living curtain. The Gondarian period was not only a time of great castles, but also a golden age for church building and painting. Dotted around the city of Gondar, just outside the royal enclosure, are several beautiful and important churches that date from this era. The emperors were deeply devout. Their patronage of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church was as important as their political rule. One of the most famous of these is Debre Birhan Selassie, which means Mountain of the Enlightened Trinity. But its humble exterior hides an interior of breathtaking beauty. The walls are completely covered in magnificent paintings. The colors are still vivid and warm, rich in reds, golds, and blues. The most captivating feature of Debre Birhan Selassie is its ceiling. Looking up, you are met by the gaze of 80 cherubs. Their faces are painted in rows, each one with large, watchful eyes. They seem to look down from heaven, covering the entire space with their serene and protective presence. It is an unforgettable sight, a masterpiece of Ethiopian religious art. The connection between the castle and the churches was profound, a legacy that continues to enrich the lives of the people of Gondar today. A place as old and as grand as Fasil Ghebbi is bound to be filled with stories. Beyond the documented facts of history, legends and local tales add another layer of richness to the site. One popular story tells of how Emperor Fasilides chose the site for his capital. The legend says that he was guided by an archangel who told him to follow a buffalo. Over the centuries, the grand castles of Gondar have faced many challenges. They have endured the natural wear of time, the shaking of earthquakes, and the damage of human conflict. But the story of Fasil Ghebbi in the modern era is one of resilience and restoration. In recent decades, a concerted effort has been made by the Ethiopian people and international organizations like UNESCO to preserve this precious heritage. The process of restoration is slow and meticulous. Craftspeople study the old techniques, learning how the 17th century masons fitted the stones together. They use local materials whenever possible, ensuring that new repairs blend seamlessly with the old structures. Today, visitors from all over the world come to walk through these historic grounds. They come to marvel at the architecture, to learn the history, and to experience the profound sense of peace that permeates the enclosure. The future of Gondar's crown rests in this cycle of memory and care. And the careful work of the restorers ensures that the stones themselves will continue to stand for generations to come. Fasil Ghebbi is more than a monument. It is a living storybook, a silent cinematic poem written in stone. It reminds us of the beauty we can create and of the importance of cherishing the quiet majesty of our shared past.